Last up, we are going to talk about one of the city girls, Young Miami. Don't really know how popular or popping she is in the streets because I am rather removed from her music, proudly. But apparently, she's getting tired of like drama in her life, and a lot of this I would imagine stems from what she experiences online. I don't think that this is real life stuff. I think that this is internet stuff. And coincidentally, we just are off the heels of talking about two other narcissists, Lizzo and who was the other one, Doja Cat.
Oh yeah.
Because both of them were talking about how they're frustrated with how they're treated, even though they're not actually treated any particular way in reality. They're treated in the micro universe of fake world, which is the internet. But here's the latest situation of one of these female entertainer types who's tired of drama and just kind of wants to unplug and get away from things. This here says Young Miami is tired of the drama in her life lately. The city girls may be known for having bold attitudes, but that doesn't mean they welcome drama into their personal lives. Unfortunately, like most celebrities, Young Miami and JT find themselves caught up in internet beef, even recently going at one another on Twitter. Last week, it seems as though tensions were brewing between the partners in rhyme as onlookers made comments about Miami not showing enough support to JT. Both women expressed frustration at how the opinions of others were coming between their close bond, but were able to make up in the end. Elsewhere, the Caresha Please host is still fighting off allegations of being a SCX worker for the Diddler, as alleged in Lil Rod's lawsuit. Rather than and hiding, Miami dropped off her CFWM single earlier this spring and has attempted to focus her energy on promoting that. However, another rising rap diva accused the Florida native of stealing her bars, resulting in even more drama. On Tuesday, the fashionista used her online presence to vent about how exhausting things have been for her lately. And there's the tweet there. It says, I'm a grown ass lady with two kids and don't have time to be inserting myself in anything that has nothing to do with me. I don't have a problem with anyone. Please leave me alone. Every day I'll wake up on this app. It's something new and I'm tired. I am on here to promote my shit and keep moving. And there are some emojis there. I guess she's like zenned out on her yoga stuff. As Young Miami said, her main priority right now is promoting her single featuring Skrilla Baby, and she doesn't want any drama to distract from her delivery over the MIAJC produced beat. Blah 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 blah. So here we go, another female rapper, entertainer, whatever you want to call it, who is not appreciative of the treatment that she gets online, because this has nothing to do with the treatment she gets in real life. But what do you make of this trend? What we got going on with these individuals, these people? Here's another the latest example here where she doesn't like it, but I guarantee you she'll continue to post.
I think it's just just learned behavior, learned coping strategies. So much like how I did, I mentioned in the Lizzo situation where it was just like no different than kicking and screaming and crocodile tears and somebody running up and saying, "Hey, what's the matter? What's wrong?" And this is just a way to garner sympathy for her. The crazy part about this is the reason why I believe people are going at her the way that they are is her persona was just like windmilling on everybody. So you may not be familiar with her, but I catch enough of her articles or her shenanigans. Much again, I don't know any of her songs. I only hear about the shenanigans. So with this woman, I'm always hearing about her shenanigans, and it's mainly like her just dunking on people, you know, prior to all of this stuff of how much money she got, how she's traveling, how she's, a boss, and how she's just running things and how she's finessing, how she's a whore. I saw a clip where she just basically said, "Yeah, I'm a hoe."
I saw that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
She said she
she's up.
looked up She said she looked up the official definition of whore, and she realized she was like, "Yeah, I'm a whore." So That isn't a that don't get mad at us for that. That she actually said that. So
That's
y'all can
yeah,
look
that's
that
what I'm
up.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not calling her that. She said that. So when the internet is like, hey, well, you on all your songs, you basically talk about trading your vagina for financial gain. Then we hear all these crazy allegations that you were allegedly getting compensated to get urinated on. Well, this actually makes sense now. So when people started drawing these things together, her comment section ain't about how she's slaying her eyelashes or her baby hair. Now it's about, hey girl, how was it really going down in those parties? Because when she had Diddy prior to all of this stuff going down, it was a flex for her. Look who I got. This is my man. Look what I'm out here doing. I'm flying on private jets. All right. And not knowing allegedly she's transporting narcotics allegedly. So people got questions. Those are crazy allegations. So I feel as though if she was a lot more humble as a person and her name came out in these things, they'll be treating her like a victim. Girl, what he made you do? Oh my God, we so sorry, girl. Nah, we know he crazy. What, he drugged you like Cassie? Oh, girl, yeah, we know. Nah, man, she was acting like main villain. She was acting like a madam on his shoulder anytime they were doing anything. So she carried herself in a way where people now that they finally got stones to throw at her are throwing them. So she's tired of that. So these crocodile tears that we're getting right now is used to garner sympathy. No different than anybody else when they're publicly getting scrutinized. They try to humanize themselves with either a post, video, or anything like that. So to me, just crocodile tears. Um, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. She'll be back on her promoting uh vagina anyway. This CWFK song or whatever it is probably about selling box. So I don't think she's learned her ways. So she's gonna keep hearing about this. So what are your thoughts, sir, on Miss Young Miami, which I'm really not claiming like that? What are your thoughts on Young Miami saying she's tired of all the internet shenanigans?
Yeah, I don't really have too much to add to what you said. This is narcissistic behavior 101. This is no different than the other people who we talked about. People really need to understand that when you speak into your phone and when you post stuff, you're not just sending stuff out into the ether and it just disappears, never to be heard from again. Even if you delete a post, someone probably already screenshot it. It probably already got picked up by bots that operate on these other websites like TMZ. It's going to show up regardless of whether you delete it or not. But that's what narcissists do. Narcissists, these individuals, like narcissism is an epidemic at this point. Like there
Yeah.
needs to be, I feel like we can pretty much declare what we have going on right now is a narcissism. There's a narcissism pandemic. Like we have an epidemic rate. Like there's a rate of narcissism taking place that is at epidemic proportions right now, where people really don't understand that their behaviors and their actions truly do have consequences. People really do think that they can do whatever they want and it just doesn't matter. Like they're just like people are really walking around, and it's not just famous people. It's everybody.
Yeah.
People are walking around in the streets believing that their actions and behaviors do not have consequences. They're thinking that their behavior is like in a bubble and
Hmm.
it doesn't affect people and you can just do whatever you want and you never have to answer for it. You never have to, and that's what she thinks. She should never have to answer for her behavior. Hey, listen, as you said, I don't even have to add much to that. Your music and the way that you carry yourself on the internet is going to garner criticism. And I said it when I talked about Doja Cat, and I'll say it again. She is now feeling alienated by the internet. Okay, so Young Miami, let's take some inventory on your life. What is it about the way you conduct yourself on internet that is different than the way other people conduct themselves on the internet to where they don't feel alienated the way that you do? What's the difference? I know people in the entertainment industry who have social media pages and they don't feel like they need to shut down, delete their posts, wipe it clean. They don't feel the need to do all of this. I need to step away for a month and get away. You got Megan Thee Stallion says she deleted Instagram off her phone and that the only thing that she looks at is Pinterest and TikTok. Well, why do you think that is, Megan Thee Stallion? Why do you, Megan Thee Stallion, feel as though you need to delete Instagram, but other women don't feel the same way? Is it perhaps the world and it's the world coming down against you, or is it how you conduct yourself? And here's my central point. If you want to conduct yourself that way, go for it. It's a free country, but be accountable.
Mm-hmm.
When the chickens come home to roost, don't project it onto the world and blame the world for your problems.
Yep.
Embrace it. It is what it is. Just embrace it. So,
Mm-hmm.
it's people like what's an example? Like you have people like Andrew Tate. Agree, disagree, he's the same person every time. And he's going to lean into his abrasiveness. You don't like the stuff that he has to say. He knows you don't like the stuff that he has to say, but he believes in it. He's going to say it anyway. And when people criticize him for it, he's not going to cry me a river because he knows that his behavior and his antics are going to garner that kind of criticism. If it really got to him, he would stop because he understands accountability. Right or wrong, fair or unfair, you can disagree with what he has to say all you want. I'm not saying that he says the right stuff all the time, but at the end of the day, he's an accountable individual. He leans into his abrasiveness, and if he really had a problem with it, he'd stop. These other people don't understand this because they are narcissists and they don't understand accountability. So, like at some point, we're going to have to reckon with this. Maybe it won't happen today, maybe it won't happen tomorrow. But the problem with this stuff is people like her have been rewarded for so long for their toxic behavior that they
Mm-hmm.
don't understand the notion of consequences. They don't get it. They've been rewarded for everything they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime she's ever made one of her goofy songs talking about literally being a hoe on her music, talking about tricking, talking about only wanting men for how rich they are, only wanting a bag, or how she parades on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever, exerting her superiority over people because of how rich she is and how she don't give a damn and how she'll treat people to her. Human beings are basically individuals that are like used at her disposal.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter whether she is putting on a front for the internet and in her private life, she's really not like that. It doesn't matter. That's what you put out there.
Exactly.
So you have to pay the price for that. There are concessions that need to be made. If you're unwilling to make those concessions, switch up your energy, but don't blame
Exactly.
the world for what's going to come. That's par for the course. How many of these people in celebrity world have social media profiles and they conduct themselves differently and they don't feel like they got to delete Instagram and erase all of their Meek Mill's the same. Meek Mill does
Boy.
the same thing. I feel like it's a countdown every other year to when Meek Mill is going to scrub his Instagram and delete all of his posts. How
He
about
needs
you
to do it
stop
now.
being Yeah, how about you stop being a toxic person? And we'll see. How about we start there, bro?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm over these, or I'm not over these people because I'm gonna keep talking about them because it's content for the channel. But at the end of the day, like, get out of here. You want to talk about how everything is negative? You're the negative person. You're the one
Exactly.
who's inviting the negativity. Your
Like
mu- your your music is negative. How you carry yourself public is negative. Your statements publicly are negative. You're a negative person. Just because you got money don't mean your negativity is redeeming. It's still a non-redeemable quality. It
mm-hmm.
just so happens that we live in a weird society where negative toxic behavior is rewarded. That doesn't make you any more of a redeemable person. It just means that you're a despicable individual with a lot of money. And we know very well that money knows no level of despicability. It doesn't differentiate. There's no money doesn't discriminate. There's been plenty of despicable people who've been rich and gotten to a bag. So
Mm-hmm.
what? the last thing that I'll say, you made this comment before. She's another one where you can add her to the list of people who probably find it difficult to sleep at night because she
Mhm.
doesn't even like who she is. Probably she doesn't. She's this bastardized amalgamation of money and hip hop. She doesn't even know who she is as a real person at this point. Probably she doesn't know herself. Probably hates herself. All she knows is let me put on this show for the people, and then I'm gonna complain about the people's reaction to the show I just gave them. Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Hey, and the response is, they just hate me for being me, and narcissism 101. That was like they promoted that line of thinking when we were growing up, to just be you. And it wasn't community stuff at all. And if something happens, it was people that didn't understand you. They just didn't understand you, that's all. They just didn't understand you, that's all. And then when somebody lives in that echo chamber long enough, yeah, they come out a full-blown narcissist. And then they become a grown adult saying they're not accepting me for who I am. I'm just being me, y'all. And I made it this far being me. No, you made it this far attending parties. And so you didn't make it because you're talented, you know. And so but they get up there and they think they're on top of the world. It's crazy for her, because I'm pretty sure when she got up there, she was like, man, I'm finally up here. Like, I'm going to the parties, I'm meeting the people, I'm doing the things, like I am better than everybody else. And she just got there and the world collapsed immediately. And so now it's like, yeah, girl, you back to reality. And people look at you like crazy now. And so as crazy as her rep was for people that aren't into this world, because it's not like we had her at a high regard. It's people that's in that world looking at her crazy now, because all right, girl, we about some freaky stuff, but we ain't doing that. So yeah, man, so she put herself in a wild boat. So yeah, bro, you said it well said, man. This is just a situation where you put seeds in the ground, you're upset that you got that kind of tree, or you should have put different seeds in earth. So best of luck to you, Miss Jeff Miami, man. We need some better people repping the crib. How about us over here at the Conscious Approach? How about that,
Yeah,
man?
yeah. The complaining and the whining and the world is against me. Like I'm just over it. Like if the world was really that tough on people in the public eye, then every celebrity, every famous person, all of them would be sitting up here crying about social media. But it's only the select few who sit here crying about this stuff. And if there's anything that any of these individuals have in common, they're all either trolls or they propagate toxic behavior.
Yeah.
Some of them do both.
Yep.
And I don't want to hear this ridiculous justification or substantiation, oh, let me be me. Because essentially what you're copying to is to be you is to be despicable. To
Basically.
be you is to be inherently toxic.
Basically.
I'm not with it. It's just annoying. Stop crying. Deal with the fact that you're despicable and collect your millions of dollars and move on. Stop crying about how you want the world to be more, embracing of your behavior. Just deal with the fact that this is who you are. Lean into it. At least I can have respect for that. But stop talking about how it's the world's problem when it's really a you problem. With all of these situations, it's a you problem.
Yep.
Even with my stuff, it's always been a me problem. It ain't the world, it's a me problem. Anybody out here, like, stop it. Like, but I mean, narcs do not have the ability to understand this. They just don't. It's like there's it's a mechanism in their brain that literally doesn't work. And I
Mhm.
think it's an epidemic. I really do. I think that we need to vaccinate for narcissism. We need a narcissism vaccine.
Hey,
Like that's how bad it is. That's how
we'll,
bad it is.
we'll get Travis Kelsey to be like, you can get your narc one. You get your narc one and get your, I don't know
Yeah,
whatever else.
yeah, yeah. Endorse that, Kelsey. That's what we
Pfizer.
need. We need for real. We need a jab for narcissism. That's what we need because it
I
is
will be
out of control.
I will be
It is
skipping
out of
that
control the way people just don't understand that they are the source of their own problems.
one.
It's completely out of control. But
Inoculate.
yeah, be that as it may, shouts out to Young Miami for the content. I hope you figure it out, Miss Lady. Uh, but with that out of the way, we are going to go ahead and close things out.
Yeah.
JV wins, Dogon SS, another conscious approach stream is in the books. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We certainly appreciate it. Conscious approach is on Instagram at Con Approach, CONAPPROACH, as well as me on Instagram, JV Wins, JVWINS. Be on the lookout for the audio feed wherever you get your podcasts. We upload these RSS files. Bigger and better things onward and upward. Go Heat. We are in the play-in once again, but it is what it is. We'll see how things turn out. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a safe, productive, wonderful week. And please understand that you are the source of your problems. It is not the world's fault. So please take some inventory, get a good look in the mirror, and wake up for a bigger and better and brighter day.
Yeah, yeah. And the name is Dogon SS. And you can find me on Instagram at Dogon_SS and on YouTube at Dogon SS. Also on TikTok, Dogon_SS over there as well. And as I say on every pod, guys, don't be too high, don't be too low. Keep it calm, keep it chill, keep it player. And don't let anybody get you off your pivot. So until the next time, my peeps, we'll catch y'all on the flip side. Skrr, skrr.
Yeah, yes, sir. We are out. Go Heat. We are back in the building, live and in effect. That is what's up. Until next time, we'll holler at you on the next video.
Yo.
Peace, baby.
Peace. Skrr, skrr. Let go.